Just when I thought I had to make another short filler video. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Biscoot, and today we've got the Kami Mommy back at us again with the female jealousy epidemic. Judging from the title and the thumbnail of the video, I'm assuming that it has to do with the whole Sydney Sweeney ad. You know which one I'm talking about, where she says that she has great genes. And a lot of people are very bothered by this commercial, accusing her and American Eagle of being part of the Austrian painter fan club, otherwise known as the National Socialists, which, granted, I do have some thoughts about this ad, but they're kind of complicated. Well, they're not that complicated, but there is some nuance to them, at least more so than some other people's reactions. But before we get started, make sure you guys go check out Shoe1Head's original video, check out her channel to show her some support, and then come back and do the same for me. And we're going to see exactly why all of these bitches got their panties in a twist over this ad.
So if you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Yeah, I've seen, there's like at least 2 of these commercials. I don't really keep up with this kind of stuff. I don't particularly care about this kind of thing. Granted, American Eagle stocks went up quite a bit after these ads dropped. And if you ask me how I felt about these ads, they're not really that big of a deal. Although personally, it's very obvious what they were going for in these ads. And part of me is like, they're being way too overt. It's very obvious that they are overtly using the genes G-E-A-N-S and G-E-N-E-S. It's very obvious that because they're homophones that they want to take advantage of that. Personally, I understand where both sides are coming from. As on the one hand, it's obviously a bit too overt in what they're trying to say, but on the other hand, it's not really that big of a deal. So, as someone who refuses to submit to either side, I at least look at both sides and then come to my own conclusion. And my conclusion is that it's obvious that they knew what they were doing, but at the same time, it's not really that big of a deal.
Get it? Genes, because she's attractive. And she is. I can see why men like.
The thing is, people say it's not because she's attractive, it's just because she's blonde hair and blue-eyed, which is what the Arya, as the Sanskrit speakers in India would call them.
Like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they mean to
No shit. That's exactly where everyone was going with this. A bunch of Nazi whistling dogs.
include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is Nazi shit.
And that's the problem that people have with this commercial. And this is what I was mentioning before. To me, I understand. It's very obvious to me that it's a bit too overt, if you ask me. Granted, they did it on purpose because they clearly knew that they were going to elicit this type of reaction, and doesn't matter, their stocks went up, so they're obviously making good money off of it.
About the ad, that is being racist.
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I'm going
Oh, well, how the tides have turned, as they would say.
to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't really keep up with movies and actors and stuff, so I don't really care about who this lady is or what movies she starred in.
What is wrong with you people? Who is not mid nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the other day. Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the...
Now, as for whether or not I'm mid, well, I don't believe in the political spectrum, which would technically... Not even necessarily the center. I am an anomaly. I am a glitch in the Matrix, as some would say. Although, I don't really like boasting about myself. Unlike Hardamu and Pirate Downey Figtree, who constantly brag about how they're an engineer and first ever second generation employee at Blizzard for who knows how long. And they never talk about it. They never talk about it, even though they talk about it every 2 seconds.
Bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution. Sydney Sweeney has like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim
I can imagine.
Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how
And before the Boondocks episode where Granddad dates a Kardashian, even though that's from season 4, which is the season that we don't talk about.
knew the ass fad was over, the fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney.
Because Granddad is gonna find himself a nice white woman with a flat booty. He misses those flat butts.
Besides, ass, titties, no, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind. And thighs. What is like the male body equivalent to this debate? Abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist.
As someone who is gay, I could tell you what I'm looking for in a man, but I've gone on record saying that those types of feelings shouldn't be of anyone's business. But that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to change my mind and open up. But for now, you guys aren't getting anything from me.
And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Holtzkern. So let's quickly give them a shout out before
Holtzkern. Ja, Holtzkern, can't wait to see.
we get into today's video, shall we? Holtzkern is a young Austrian company that creates unique watches, jewelry, and accessories using all natural materials like wood and stone. Their high
That sounds really nice.
quality timepieces come in
can't
various
wait.
designs for both men and women, making them the perfect choice for any style or occasion. All of Holtzkern's products are manufactured in small
These are
quantities
really
to ensure
pretty.
response.
I'll definitely be sure to buy this product afterwards, and this is definitely not sarcasm.
And ethical
It's definitely not sarcasm to not have to skip the ad, as they say.
production, while making sure each item is built to last. I personally love the kaleidoscope watch with the little flower.
I probably shouldn't pay any attention to some video that I don't remember what his name is. They uploaded a video about an old man reset his watch. This is what happened to his heart, if you've ever seen any of those videos.
Design on the pearl dial. I think it is so beautiful and so cute. I'm obsessed with it. The glass is made of sapphire crystal, making it scratch resistant, while the strap is crafted from koa wood, and it's water resistant as well. There's also the Moonrise watch, which is made from a genuine
You mean like Moonrise Mellow, the rarest cred flavor to ever exist?
white marble and stainless steel. It shows the weekday, date, and even the current moon phase, which is really cool.
Really? How the hell does it do that?
I think all their products make very beautiful gifts, and since they're all made from natural materials, they're all very unique. All their items come with a 2-year warranty, and ordering online is super
Did they get the extended warranty? Yeah. What suckers?
easy with free worldwide shipping within 5 to 9 business days. And if you're in the US, don't worry, Holtzkern handles the custom feeds for you, so no unexpected drama there. Just click my link in the description below and use my special discount code SHOE to get 15% off your order.
I don't know. I just spent a whole lot of money on a 3D model, so I might have to pass. And it's still not done yet. It's taken a lot longer than it should have due to a number of factors.
Plus, if you additionally sign up for their free premium club membership, you'll get access to exclusive products, special discounts, and early pre-sales. But if you only want to check things out for now, no pressure, you can just sign up, come back later, and you'll still get a special discount on your first purchase. So if you're looking for a unique gift or just want to treat yourself to a nice watch, I highly suggest checking out Holtzkern. Big thank you to Holtzkern for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to it.
Oh, hell no. She didn't thank us for not skipping the ad. Oh my god, she threw us for a loop this time. No, I went through that whole thing expecting her to say, and thank you for not skipping the ad. Wow. Bitches, am I right? And when I say bitches, I do not mean it in a disrespectful way. I mean it as a general term for women. No disrespect.
My jeans are brown. Sounds like I shit my pants. Whoops.
Okay.
Outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone from, well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay.
If she is a registered Republican, ran for Republican.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
TikTok and Twitter absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler.
And that's the thing. It's like, technically, they could have gotten an conventionally attractive black woman who may have happened to have had blue eyes. It is possible. There's an ethnic group that lives in Southeast Asia called the Negritos that have brown skin, but they have naturally occurring blonde hair because they have the genetic mutation that allows for blonde hair. But most of the mainstream media and most of the West is not going to notice someone like that.
Sydney Sweeney a Nazi? No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no, they are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them. Listen to their points.
If I'm unwell, then I don't know.
We're not going to be mean. We're not going to own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the f?
2014 Tumblrs, which is pretty much how Shoe on Head started out way back when. It's been such a long time.
You're looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Cost comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell.
Shit.
Okay, sorry. I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden.
Oh, I remember. They were bringing up the point that it reminded them of this the ad of a girl who was still a teenager, and they basically equated it to child loving.
Hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations.
And look, this lady has dark hair, so does this really do they even have a point in this context? The only thing they have to stand on is the fact that she was very, very young.
This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh my god, she turns into a swastika. She was like 14
Oh my god, imagine.
in that ad, by the way. Really creepy. So
Right, that's literally the only point that they brought up, that it reminded them of an ad that featured a teenage girl doing stuff like that. But even though these aren't really exactly the same.
at least Sydney Sweeney is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the—
I don't know anything about Brooke Shields. In fact, I don't know anything about any of that stuff. Like I said, I don't keep up with that kind of thing.
most f***ed up thing about this Sydney Sweeney ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her. They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes, because that is Nazi propaganda.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
I just noticed, I've seen this plenty of times in some of the videos that I've watched about this whole thing. And I just noticed she has blue eyes. So I don't even know how to feel about that. I just know, and I see this back here which bothers the hell out of me.
Like, that is not seen.
And this is coming from someone who's gay and Latino. The fact that I have a problem with that flag means, well, I don't know what it means, but I'm sure plenty of people will.
Propaganda.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
And then that lady has brown eyes and at least dirty blonde hair. You see, that's the thing about these people. The people complaining are the demographic of who Sydney Sweeney is, at least in terms of their race. They're all white bitches, as I called them. As someone who was equally racist and sexist against all people, just like the Romans. People accuse the Romans of being racist. They're not racist. They hated all non-Romans equally, which makes them not racist. So as someone who is racist and sexist against all people, I can call them white bitches all I want.
White, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream, talking about how much she loves her genetics. It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving...
No, they all look like this. They're all white bitches. Granted, there are some black bitches that do it too.
Oh, fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic state propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is...
Is this is this even naturally red hair? Or am I just, I don't know. I'm trying to comment on all of these people because I shouldn't force it, but I'm going to because this is my channel and I'll do what I please.
Giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same? They all say the same. It's giving. It's giving.
It's probably a SoCal thing.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
And now someone who looks a bit more like me. I don't know if that lady was Mexican, though, or even Latino. I probably shouldn't say Mexican because then they'll assume that I think all Latinos are the same. Trust me, I know they're not all the same.
Giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving dick, okay?
And that reminds me of something that I watched a long time ago that I don't really feel like bringing up.
Giving It's giving
I can't believe I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes.
Oh, I remember this clip. No, the amount of mental gymnastics that these people are doing is absurd.
Sydney Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in the shoe. Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS. They intentionally included her German Shepherd dog in the photo shoot.
Oh my god. Take your meds. Meds. Her name is...
No, they can't take their meds. That's what the government uses to control them.
Sydney Sweeney. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German...
I don't even remember what the SS is. It's just another form of trying to make a fuss about something that isn't even there.
Shepherd. German. Like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on? She is a hot woman. She is a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics. She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. How a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
Hi, thanks for calling American Intel. This is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a...
Oh, Lord, we have a Karen now. Do you even have a green card? I want to speak to your manager!
Marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
Fucking bitch. Eat my ass.
On a marketing campaign?
Wait, was that an Indian woman? Oh, God. I don't even... You see what we have to put up with?
Harassing some poor worker. Doesn't even fucking speak English. Has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes,
At least with the Visa and MasterCard censorship thing, that actually has stakes to it. This is just some white bitch talking and complaining about something that was never even intended, even though I will admit that it's a bit too overt.
Recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see.
Racism has been rampant in the entire world since the dawn of civilization, and you're complaining about it here in the U.S. It's always existed, and it's always going to exist. Yes, we can condemn it as much as possible. Yes, racism bad. I know I just said that I'm equally racist against everybody, but I do it as a joke.
Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random-ass Filipino woman?
Oh, Filipino. You see? I just committed a racism. I thought that person was Indian, but apparently they're Filipino, unless, of course, she is mistaking them for being Filipino. I don't know. Once again, racism has always existed and it always will exist. The point is... I don't know what the point is, but racism bad. Even if people make jokes about each other all the time. If you're not willing to laugh at yourself, then what's the point of laughing at other people? But then again, these white bitches, they're always laughing at themselves because they don't have anyone to love and behold because they're such awful people.
Your West Wing-ass TED Talk. Nobody gives a
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing? No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that?
And this lady's just trying to do her job. Having to deal with Karens like this on a regular basis. I'm so glad I don't work in a place like that.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the this is.
Oh.
She's even got other celebrities seething.
Get your pants down from pants.
Oh yeah, this bitch. Yeah, pretending to be southern white trash.
To offspring, often determined in traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
My jeans are blue. Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it?
Her jeans are blee, alright? We took out the U from the word blue and just made it blee. Bleu, as the French in France would say.
Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks. Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist.
Well, I don't know anything about that, and I don't know jack shit about Doja Cat, so I can't comment on it.
This is too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're never going to accept her because she's a half-black woman. Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt, you dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they can make fun of your black ass.
Oh, they did see it, and they...
What the hell is she even talking about? No, like I said, I don't know jack shit about half of these people. I'm only doing this because I enjoy watching shoe on head videos, and I know you guys probably like it as well. And we're all just along for the ride at this point.
Still hate you.
Weird adverts aside about how the best jeans are characterized in a conventionally...
And look at this pasty ass motherfucker with the blondest, bluest features imaginable. And of course, he's hating on his own self.
Attractive, white, blonde, blue-eyed woman? Not true. I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
I mean, isn't that what happened with, what, Scarlett Johansson, where she kept complaining about the male gaze because some younger, more attractive women are in Hollywood now and she's kind of on her way out?
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever.
Yep. Mike from PA is the embodiment of this. He claims to be all for women's rights, but women don't want to be anywhere around him, and he's actively sexualizes them all the time. He makes, every time he simply presses a finger on a woman, his pants get all wet very quickly. And of course, he recently got into some massive trouble about calling Jews a demonic ethnic.
And they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury, like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign, and I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it.
Oh my god. No, I was thinking the same thing, but I'm not gonna go that far because unlike some of those people that will tell you to off yourself because you said something that they consider offensive, I'm above that. Or at least I'd like to think that I'm above that. I'm clearly not as above it as I think I am, though.
Do a backflip, live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that.
No, that's the thing. She never said that her genes was the best, but everyone is making believe that that's what she said. In fact, a lot of these TikTokers and stuff have been putting words in her mouth, saying that she does think that her genes are the best and that she wants to kill off anyone who doesn't look exactly like her. And it's like, these people on TikTok, all of these radical leftist white bitches, they will put words in the mouths of people that even slightly disagree with what they have to say because they want you to be miserable along with them because they're just jackasses. No, there's no word that can describe just how awful these people are. It doesn't really matter what you look like. You could be the sexiest bitch in the world, and if you are a stuck-up bitch, no one's gonna want to date you unless it's just so they could get in bed with you. They don't care about you. They only care about your body in that case. So you better make sure your OnlyFans is ready.
Other people had bad, inferior genes. Someone even made like a fake ad, like, Beyonce has better genes, and it's like...
Is that an official ad?
Why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
No shit. No, that's another thing, is that you'll have like that Doja Cat bitch who had the wig appropriating white people's phenotypes. And here we have Beyonce, the black bitch, with blonde hair, which, unless she is of Negrito descent, then I don't think she's in any position to want to promote herself with blonde hair.
This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde, and of course lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes, so that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
Okay.
You sound very white for a black person. Don't you think that's appropriation? You have a general American accent, even though you're black. I'm pretty sure they call that being an Oreo. See, I'm equally racist against all people. I am an equal opportunity racist.
What? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because, like, God forbid, it makes some other women insecure? And as someone with brown eyes, I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into Hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying.
Oh my God. I don't want to see myself with any other colors on me. I'm just saying. There's a reason why this pngtuber model that I'm using right now has colors that can naturally be found within nature. You'll never see a rainbow-colored raccoon, okay?
So we've gone from Nazi propaganda to genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s...
I don't know. I'm pretty sure a majority of straight men are attracted to big boobs.
And through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s, we were becoming more progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts.
Yeah, we went from objectifying one part of the body to objectifying another part of the body as if it makes any difference.
What? The communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass for thing was political. How did you know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political...
As someone who is neither liberal nor conservative, I'm not telling you what kind of guy I am. Not unless I decide to do it on my own.
Affiliation of the feet men, libertarians.
Oh, Lord. I don't want to bring that up. I can tell you that I don't like feet. I've never liked feet, even as a kid.
Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women. That's it.
Good genes pass on to offspring?
And of course, we have a deep red-haired bitch thinking that she's Cat Valentine.
American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics.
And no, just look at this house. It's so... I mean, if you want a house that looks like this, then that's your prerogative. And of course, they have a polywog over here.
I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is, we also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort, is also eugenics.
What the hell does that even mean? As a person of color, I've never felt uncomfortable with people not wearing masks. In fact, these days, I actually get very bothered when people still wear masks.
1 second. "2025. We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I still see people out in public still wearing masks as if, no, the fucking COVID lockdowns basically ruined an entire generation and created an entire generation of germaphobes. And honestly, I'm like, I want to rip their masks off and watch them seethe and writhe in a state of panic, only for them to not get sick for like 5 weeks, and then suddenly they will get sick with the common cold.
I like how she's woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant, safe HR longhouse where it was socially acceptable for them to be moral busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up.
Pretty much. Personally, in my, I'm like, it was annoying not getting to really go anywhere except to do grocery shopping or go to work, but, you know.
a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. As someone who was only like half Latino, nobody has ever really asked me about what my race is. Not once. There were some peers that I had in school that people knew right away were Hispanic and Latino, but nobody ever knew I was Hispanic or Latino unless I explicitly told them that I was. So I've never really felt like I had to be someone else just so people would notice me. Although that doesn't mean I've never had thoughts of being a different race, wondering what it would be like. But I have no problem being Latino, and neither should anyone else.
That happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country of your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard. And
not to point the finger, but you have like different tribes in Africa that have a whole wide variety of beauty standards. If anyone knows about lip plates, rings around the neck, and even a tribe where the men gorge themselves on a special type of milk in order to get a big round belly, but they're still have like scrawny arms.
maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her jeans were better or the best, and it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas, look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney, and they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you have all of these conventionally attractive women, and I know some people might not like the term conventionally attractive because I have my own preferences, let's call them, and you're probably looking at my avatar thinking that's the preference, and I'm not going to comment on that because I said it's none of anyone's business, but that doesn't mean that I can't at least appreciate the appearances of such people that many people find attractive. I can appreciate that kind of thing.
This is why corporations and the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly. Because women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you.
Pretty much the opposite of what the chief firefighter from Los Angeles made some video about. Oh, we want to make sure that we have firefighters that look like you because we want to make sure that you're comfortable. Bitch, I don't need someone to look like me. All right, I need someone to be able to rescue me and my family. Simple as that.
Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live-action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What makes Sydney Sweeney's jeans better?
I must be different from all the other guys because I don't really care what I look like. I mean, I do, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel the need to be a muscle man, if that makes any sense. I'm quite content with my Dance Dance Revolution routine.
Why did you get that joke? All us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again,
they never said that.
She never said that her jeans were better. You are making it up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right? You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys.
Okay, yep. You're not supposed to be proud or grateful of your ancestry. You're only allowed to do that if your ancestors don't come from Europe.
That's double plus ungood.
That's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What would
No, you're supposed to think about Honey Boo Boo.
be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person? It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, we have eyes. And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your full lips. That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to. That's okay. Because I have
It's like, yeah, that's the thing. What people find attractive, granted, there is an objective basis to it, at least from a genetic standpoint. You kind of want certain traits to be passed down to the next generation so that they can survive and pass those traits down. But in other cases, such as in my case, beauty and attractiveness can be subjective. But once again, I'm not going to say what I find attractive because it shouldn't be of anyone's business. But that doesn't mean I can't change my mind.
other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you, not a YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are...
No, it doesn't. It shows a cultural shift towards conventional attractiveness. It's simple as that.
always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Boo! A white woman. Oh, the fucking author is white. I hate these people, man.
No, once again, a majority of these people are fucking white bitches, or in the case of that one black lady, pretending to be a white bitch because you can tell by her accent.
And shut up, shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck. It's like, okay, you're just racist. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, they'll say that, oh, no, we can't be racist because we're the minority. Minorities are incapable of being racist. Shut up. Yes, you are.
When it's a white person talking about white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock. You would honestly be more useful that way. Ads are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Popular American culture is, indisputably, becoming more puritanical and more conservative. Puritanical? The focus of the ad was her tits and ass.
Right, that's the thing. Back in the days of the early 2000s, a lot of the, like, right-wing Christian groups didn't want anything to do with adult content like South Park and Family Guy and The Simpsons and the likes because they were seen as obscene. But now that that stuff has become mainstream, suddenly they don't really care about it anymore, and now it's the other side that cares too much about it. It's the same thing with, like, collective shout, crying bitch hatred when it comes to certain video games. It used to be that the right complained about these games and movies and TV shows and stuff, and now it's the left doing exactly what they used to do. There's the horseshoe theory, as they call it.
This is not at all a conservative, puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks of Sydney Sweeney? They think she's a
Exactly. This was the point that I had just made. The right used to be the side of censoring this type of people because it's seen as obscene. But now the left is wanting to censor these types of people because they think that it's bigotry.
Okay, they think she's a The backlash has been swift and fierce, and some of it, at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at best. Non-inclusive? Why the does everything have to be inclusive?
Because if you don't include everyone, you may as well exclude no one. That didn't make any sense, but I'm gonna stand by it.
It's a commercial with one fucking person in it. Sweeney exudes a source of vintage sexiness that caters to the male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy femininity that dominated the media in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please. What the
Oh my god. It's like, you try to, here's the thing. You can make as many videos as you want condemning articles like this, but you know damn well that the people that write these articles are never going to watch those videos. They don't want anything to do with anyone even remotely outside of their echo chamber.
It's just so funny, like, the left is currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again, and here they are, like, blondes with big is are fascism. Listen, the alt-right pipeline does not start with the American Eagle ad. It starts with you. What are you doing?
Right.
This is not
Nobody turns away potential voters and supporters like the people within those groups.
a conservative far-right ad. It's just a normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right is nowadays. Being normal from 15 years ago.
Anything slightly outside of the far left is considered extreme far right. If you're center left, like Shoe on Head here, you're far right. If you're dead set in the middle, like Asmongold, you're very far right. And if you're center right, like Wendigoon, oh, you may as well be the Austrian painter embodied.
Love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skincare and healthy eating. So fascism is hot people eating healthy and having clean skin. Goebbels
You see what we have to put up with?
himself could not make better propaganda. Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with his opinion piece, Why the Right is Obsessed with Thinness.
Do you remember the time when the right and Trump supporters were stereotyped as being fat white hillbillies? When did it become the other way around?
I would really, really appreciate if people stopped equating health and beauty to fascism, because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness? Unfortunately, a big part of socially progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up.
Oh, I remember seeing this here. And I actually remember seeing a video made featuring a black woman where the woman herself said that she hated that this statue even existed. Yes, this was a black woman talking about how she hated the fact that this statue was here, believing that it's actually an insult to black women. But of course, the far left is never going to show a video like that because they'll just assume that she's an Uncle Tom.
Like all over different cities of like a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says like the purpose of these was to like challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's like, imagine looking like one of these women and then hearing like, oh yeah, this was put up to challenge beauty. Like, what do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity movement like 10 years ago? Remember like all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign.
Oh, yeah, and of course it's a fat black lady because for some reason, if you're a black woman, you have to look like that. Granted, I'm sure there are plenty of guys and girls that are into this kind of thing, but they're gonna have to, it's a high risk, high reward type of thing. I'm not gonna get into it.
Is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that? While fashion is starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just me. And that's why Calvin...
Is it like like your breasts are like two big mountains? Is that the mountain that they're trying to climb over?
Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking? Oh, come on now. The campaign is...
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that until she started mentioning it more than once.
It's all about feeling free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis. See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms. This reminds me of that protein world controversy from 2015.
You beach body ready?
Old heads will remember. I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian Republic.
The what? Okay.
Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it, they threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired, they threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This
it's like, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's like, there are some things that I would like to say, but they're not exactly like hip or mainstream.
Ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Like every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out the time, just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holiday and the hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my god.
And you want to know the funny thing is most of these are women, females. You almost never see male versions of these because there's a reason why the concept of a dad bod is a thing, or at least there's a reason why the term dad bod exists. People just expect a guy to either be really skinny like a nerd, like a comic book nerd, really fat like a comic book nerd, or really muscular like some comic book nerds.
You could not escape this. Also, suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean...
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, when it comes to women... For some reason, everyone is all buddy-buddy, but with men, it's kind of hit or miss.
Obese women? But yes, everywhere you looked, it was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen! Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died. Like many of the fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards this model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well, she went ahead from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their ads again. Is the culture truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession?
Who knows? I'm not gonna comment on that. You'll have some people saying that, well, the economy already collapsed. And I remember thinking to myself, shut up, bitch. And then you'll have others saying, well, it's not really gonna collapse. It's just, I don't know. I'm not an economist.
Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney, looking through her voting records.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is where they found out that she was a Republican.
And found out she's a registered Republican. One of the most common things I saw about this were how like all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeney were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some like pretty people in there, but
no, that's the thing. I mean, you'll have someone like Nuxanor saying that all the women are fat, ugly, single, depressed bitches, even though some of them are like conventionally attractive.
I on to this topic that I see all the time, and that is, why are liberal women so ugly? Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay? But
oh, Lord have mercy. No, that's the thing. I just made a reference to the fact that right-wingers, conservatives and Republicans and Trump supporters are stereotyped as being fat white hillbillies. And I had also referenced Honey Boo Boo, who is the embodiment of a Southern girl. And that was the stereotype for a long time. But now for some reason, the stereotype has been reversed. Now it's a left-leaning liberal Democrat that is a fat white, not hillbilly, but SoCal, New York City, whatever the hell. And you understand what's going on here. This all gets very confusing very quickly. You have people of all shapes and sizes in all parts of the political spectrum. It's not exclusive to one side.
But for the most part, stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives are, well, conservative with the way that they present themselves. They tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan a, quote, progressive in a MAGA
oh my god. Oh no, not the Hassan jump scare.
body. And how so many women on dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not
pretty much
all ugly, of course, but many purposely make themselves look ugly, because being ugly is saying f you to the man. Marcel Duchamp's art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a f you to art institution.
I've seen this type of thing before.
And classical ideas of beauty. Those f***ass ugly concrete block brutalist buildings are another example.
Oh my god, no. Commie blocks have more style than this.
Brutalism emerged after World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a f you to the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis.
It always goes back to that stuff, doesn't it?
Now think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a f you to, well, Sydney Sweeney. Hitler existed, so now everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why so many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs met, alright? I don't want people going in debt if they get into a car accident, or be homeless, or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is
no shit.
Funny though how like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead. Woke.
Oh, no. You see, this is the problem that I also have with the political spectrum. It's like, you'll have the one side who will call everything fascist, but then you'll have the other side that calls everything woke, and I'm like, both of y'all can shut the hell up, because I'm not interested.
This is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke?
Oh my god, no. This is stupid at this point. Now the left and the right are have just entered a dick measuring contest.
Was that girl right about conservatives being boob guys? She might have been right after all. Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because, like, the left are the ones trying to normalize porn and, like, OnlyFans culture and stuff.
No, that's another thing. You'll have all these people saying that, you have that, what was it, Lil Tay bitch who's like, Lil Tay, she's just practicing her bodily autonomy. Autonomy. That's the only word that these bitches know. And then they use the term, the M word, that I refuse to say. I'd rather just call it bitch hatred, because when they use the M word, they use it to refer to people that hate on women that are bitches, all right? And yeah, you'll have fucking Taylor Lorenz running damage control for Lil Tay after she made an OnlyFans 1 minute after she turned 18. And she made over $1 million off of it. And she's saying that, oh, the patriarchy is hating on her because she's a successful woman with autonomy. And they hate the fact that a woman is making money off of her own body. And we're like, bitch, that's not the problem. The problem is that she just turned 18 and she's already sexualizing herself. And yes, you have all of these gooners that allegedly have pre-ordered her OnlyFans since she was 11. Which I don't want to get into. So yeah, these gooners obviously share part of the blame, but Lil Tay herself has at least some responsibility in her own bullshit, all right?
stuff like that. If anything, there is too much boobs everywhere. We need to calm down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's like classical bombshell beauty, like I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic. A decade.
That's the irony. Irony at its best. Keep complaining about the male gaze. Complaining about, oh, all of these gooners, yet a lot of these bitches have OnlyFans. It's like you complain about guys staring at you, yet you literally are on a platform that's purposefully designed for guys to stare at you for money.
A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic. A decade of ugly, angry, fat androgyny seeping its way into everything and anything. When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992. A time when addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show her hole online for $5. Hookup apps didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes,
I can imagine that. No, I see that kind of stuff like all the time. Personally, it bothers me a lot to see all of this sexy stuff because I don't want anything to do with that. I value my chastity.
This is a cultural shift, but not necessarily a conservative one. Just a return to like normalcy, a return to normal Americana consumerism. In 2065, conservatives are going to be like posting people twerking like, return! The same
Oh, no, that's actually a good point. It's the pendulum, as they say. When the pendulum swings one way, it's just gonna swing back. No, eventually things are gonna go so far right that the right themselves are gonna be like, okay, it seems that we've gone too far now. But of course, the far right isn't going to say that.
TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing like looking normal and healthy again. Like Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking—
What? This is Demi Lovato? No, this doesn't look anything like how I remember her.
Stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
Oh, good lord. Oh, actually, I've seen this clip before where she claimed to be NB because I refuse to actually say that term. If you know, you know.
I walked in, was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy and married, and even making a TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
The singer— Oh my god, no. No, at this point, Demi Lovato is the embodiment of a grift. She doesn't actually care about the things that she's supporting. All she cares about is making a quick buck.
Returning to the scene of the crime at Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetic, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip. Inshallah. Once Sam Smith
I can imagine.
goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing. Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde. In fact, they doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. Wait a minute. Her genes, her story. HH.
Oh shit. Oh no. I can only imagine where this is going. Oh, it just popped up in my head right now. Oh my god, no, that's diabolical, as Pegasus would say.
Uh-oh. Now I can sit here and say the
Oh, no, I was like, no, I was thinking to myself, wait, where is she going with this? And then it just popped up into my head.
obvious, like, these corporations just want to pander to you, they just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered, it's good when corporations pander to me, personally? I just realized so much of American political discourse is like, around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World. There are so many examples, like, it's just crazy how so much of our politics revolves around consuming things.
Right, because all of these mega corporations, they have all of these sponsors and they give donations to their favorite politicians. It's all over politics. You don't think that a lot of the politicians running the country right now aren't being paid off by, like, Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos? No, they're making tons of money from those guys.
I will buy blue team products. I will buy red team products. Bleak. In conclusion,
can I just buy products? If there's a product that looks interesting to me, can I just buy it? I don't want to have to worry about someone calling me woke or a fascist just because I buy a product that slightly leans towards one side or the other. Just let me buy my products. Just let me use my things.
We are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again. The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles. But woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. A lot of these people just don't have their priorities in check.
Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe and maybe donate to me on Patreon. Link down below. All Patreon members get the uncensored version of every single video a day early.
Okay, well then, that was certainly a crazy video. Shoe on head nails it on the head once again, telling us relaying to us what we've all been thinking this whole time about people that like to make a big deal about something that was never meant to be a big deal, but even I can agree that maybe there was a bit too much. They could have toned it down a little, but I don't know. At this point, it's like, pick your poison, right? The blue satanic child lovers and the red satanic child lovers. Choose which one you find the most appealing. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll be sure to link Shu's video in the description. Make sure you guys go check her out, show her some support, give her all the love and all that, and come back to me and like, sub, share, comment, and notify yourself when I upload a new video, and I will see you guys next time.